the man, the seeds, and the land. Till the soil, till the soil. Our man for eat 3 times a day. And no plan.
Hi, I'm your host tonight on What Matters at the Roundtable, Stanley West McPherson. April the 12th, 2016. We're on Pegasus, we're live. You can call us here at the studio, Time Warners, Channel 13. Area code 607-272-0319. You might want to hear what we're saying. You might want to get involved what we're saying. You can call in live in the studio. Also, our broadcast, if you missed tonight live, you can pick it up on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. or Thursday morning at 10:30 a.m. or Sunday at 3:30 p.m. Also with me tonight, co-host Milton Webb and special guest Ed DVORAK. And we're going to be talking about the living wage tonight. Ed, how you feeling?
We're doing well.
Good.
We're doing well.
Good. It's glad to have you here tonight. We know that this living wage is rattling everybody's cage. We're going at these CEOs about this money, pay people. It's a shame.
It really is. For me personally, the whole living wage discussion is really about how it's affecting our families, how it's affecting the entire working class. Because if you can't make a living working 40 hours a week, it forces people to do a lot of things that just start tearing the fabric of their families apart. And from my perspective, really wearing people down, just psychically, physically, and that to me is really a very difficult thing to watch.
It's it really is going like across the board with people this need monies to feed their family, monies to pay rent, the struggle. People are struggling, and some people don't know what to do, and that's where we come in at helping people to get this movement going.
Part of what I do at my local establishment, which I'm not going to name just because we have a lot of company policies which really don't encourage people to speak out, speak up, or form any kind of organization. They really keep us divided. And that's really how it works. They divide and conquer us by making us believe that we're all in this kind of alone. And a lot of what I do is literally on the shop floor. I'm really just trying to keep the morale of the shop floor from all of the petty, lashing out that people do at each other, blaming each other, rather than recognizing that we in the working class are the ones that are doing the work day in, day out, day in, day out. We need to offer more solidarity to each other. And even though I can't openly organize my workplace, because you would immediately be fired. They don't need a reason to fire you in today's culture. You would immediately be fired for trying to organize.
Well, you see, that's how they keep you down, because what they, it's like back in the Roman days when the gladiators were getting friendly with each other. They would start rumors, and then the next thing you know, these two guys that we're talking as friends aren't friends anymore, because, they don't want them to get out there and go to battle and don't do the best in the battle for them. All right, and I understand what you're saying, because we were in a similar situation, but it was more or less like everybody was hush-hush about it. Nobody wanted to jump in. Nobody wanted to be involved. When it comes right down to it, the people that you work for, they don't care if you guys are bickering. They don't care if you guys are fighting. long as at the end of the day, their product is on that shelf. They got people coming in that door. They don't care if you have a living wage. They don't care if you're living. They don't care if your family's making it, if you're making it with your family, what kind of problems you have. A lot of people don't understand when you're not, excuse me, when you're not making a living wage, you come to a lot of problems, and those problems, you know, just don't come as the family. It comes as your life. And when people see you, it's more or less like you're not you anymore. All right, you're almost like a robot, because you know you got to go to work, you got to do this. You're at that job just as long as you are at home with your family. And it hurts you to your heart, because I know it does, because it did me. It hurts you to your heart and your mind that you can't provide for your family. When you go out somewhere and your son or your daughter says, "Daddy, can I have this? Daddy, can I get this?" And you know, it hurts you to your heart to tell them that you can't get it because you don't have the money. You don't have the funds to do that.
Exactly.
You know, so when it comes right down to it, man, you sit there and you look at it, and then all of these things run across your mind. Well, you know, I can do this here, but, you know, there's repercussions behind that. But, you know, if I do this here, you know, I commend you for keeping it real and being a father and staying at the job, doing what you got to do until you are able to get up and get that living wage. So just sit back, man, and hold on. Just, you know, stay on this train, because we're coming at it. We're coming at it.
We looked at, it was something in the paper that the governor went and closed doors to, you know, make a vote. But the vote wasn't for the people on the $15. The people was marching, they went to D.C., everybody was doing their thing about the $15. But he reneged on the $15 and gave people $12 and didn't even think about upstate, you know. And he thought about the prisons more and the farmers than the people surrounding the upstate, you know. The people that's working, people who's holding things down, they get nothing. But, you know, the prisons that's the commodity, that's where all the stock is at, you know. That's where all the money is at. Why? Prisons. Build more, make more money, prison. So we saw where he focused at, okay? But he didn't focus nothing on people's lives. The small buildings, he says, well, if y'all have hardship, what y'all do is y'all send me your proposal, and then I'll make a decision on should I give you the money or not, or give you a cut or not, you know, or give you a grant or not. See, so everything he want, power in his hand, he want to hand feed people. This is what he was talking about with the living wage, with the minimum wage, hand feed people years, 5 and 10 years, hand feed people, because he want control. He don't want people to have nothing.
No.
And we are not having this. So they wanted us to keep quiet. They wanted us to hush up. They wanted to apply pressure, but we are not part of no organization where you can apply no pressure. We're not a part of no affiliate with no membership where you can apply pressure to us. So we told them, because they told New York City, because New York City really wasn't getting it up like Ithaca, New York was, because Tompkins County really threw them on the map, okay? We got on the map. Seattle put them on the map too, because Seattle put it in play. We did the same thing, okay? So now he heard about this. So he's saying, oh, we don't want to send nothing to them because they're on the map before us. So now it's like, well, if they're on the map and they're ahead of us and we catch up, because that's all they're playing is catch up. If we catch up, they'll be ahead of us, because we're going for $16 and $17 living wage. They're still at 12, not even 13 yet. And so we're saying, no, we're not accepting that. And this is where we're asking people to sign a petition. You know, if we get a bus to go to Albany, whatever it is we need to do, I'm saying we need to do it. And this is where we headed. This is where we headed at. You know, we headed to do these things.
I have a question for you, sir. How do you respond to the claim that the living wage, if it were increased, would have these larger corporations like Walmart just simply close down because they're not willing to pay these. Well, I'm just saying, you hear that a lot. I'm just curious how you respond to that.
Well, Walmart's, just take Walmart by itself, is a giant, okay? It knocked the dollar store, it closed them down, shut them down because the dollar store was taking their money. So they said, you know what? You got to close them up so everybody come to Walmart. Okay, so Walmart is uncompeted, monopolized over there on that strip. And they have the money, so they're not going to close down. They got the Black Friday sales. They got all of these sales that come up. So they ain't going out of business. They're telling people that, but they're not. The only person that might have some problems, okay, is a small business that's just coming up. They taxes take all their money. So those are the people that we need to, you understand, say, listen, lower their taxes. Give them the debatements that you be giving all these conglomerate hotels, you know. Give these small businesses those tax breaks, okay, so that they can make it. And then nobody wouldn't be saying, oh, we can't make it because of the living wage. Prices are always going to go up. Taxes are always going to go up. All of these things going to go up except the living wage, okay? Bread and milk, eggs, it's going up every day. People are raising prices, clothes. My clothes is going up. My suit goes up. Okay, you know, come on. So what are they talking about? So everything goes up.
If you don't make a living wage and everything goes up, where you gonna be?
Thank you.
You know, because you sit there. I was listening to the news the other day, and somebody said Donald Trump wasn't going to raise taxes. Of course he's not going to raise taxes. The government's going to raise the tax. Okay? And Donald Trump's going to jump on board. See, all these people think Donald Trump's going to do all these marvelous things. All right? Only thing Donald Trump is going to do is put this place in a tailspin, and it's going to go backwards. All right? As far as I'm concerned. Now, what other people see, that's on them. But I know what I see. And when it comes right down to it, just like Stanley said, that living wage, it gives you a chance to mess around and go out there and be able to buy those groceries, be able to go out there and buy those clothes. Because if you don't jump on this $15 an hour, all right, when they do mess around here and 17 rolls around after these elections, all right, and then they hit you with that, well, we got to raise the taxes because, all right. But you sit here and you look at it. Ithaca has one of the highest taxes there is, okay? So tell me why you can go down the street and hit potholes. Because this money and these taxes are supposed to be fixing these potholes. And they fix the same street. Every time they tear up something, it's the same street. All right? So the money's going where?
And they making, you know where they're taking it? They're taking a lot of money from senior citizens, property tax, school taxes. They are taxing people like crazy. These property, well, if you don't pay your house tax, your property tax, guess what? They're going to foreclose on you, seize your house. This is what they're doing.
The other question I have about the living wage that I find comes up every day where I work. I mean, almost everybody I work with does not make a living wage. They are struggling working class people trying to survive. Yet we cater to the wealthy class in Tompkins County. We serve them. We're waiting on them. And so it's very evident that there's a very wealthy class in Tompkins County that seems oblivious to the fact that they're being waited on, catered to, hand and foot, and they don't seem to be that interested in the struggle of the working class. So my question is this: how do we get the rich people in Tompkins County to actually empathize with the plight of the working class?
Okay, look. Some of the rich class in this town don't care if you make a living wage. They don't care. The ones that do care, they're not going to speak up because somebody else can do something to them. All right? So they're not, you know, it's like you're catering to the guy that lives in the mansion and you're the butler. All right? It doesn't make a difference if